How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is, of course, running its Days of Play sale as well as a Games Under $20 sale. We're going to be looking at the games for those of you on a super tight budget. We're going to be looking at games under the price of $5. A lot of good deals actually available right now, and I want to go over them. So let's get right into it. A couple from Games Under 20, a couple from Days of Play, but all running right now, and all will be running until June the 9th, I believe. So let's get right into it, and let's start things off with Batman Arkham Knight, which is down 80% to $3.99. Now, it should be noted, this is not the premium edition. This is the base Batman Arkham Knight game. If you have never played any Batman Arkham games, or you don't have the Return to Arkham collection, I would recommend the Batman Arkham collection, which is $12. I believe it's $9 if you're a Plus subscriber. That's a really good deal, and I would highly recommend that. Arkham Knight itself is probably my least favorite of the three Arkham games. However, that's not really saying anything negative because I thought so highly of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and I still think Arkham Knight is a fantastic game. And honestly, in 2022, if you compare all three games side by side, Arkham Knight is probably one of the stronger ones. I'm just talking relative to when I played the games. Arkham Knight's a great game. I even enjoyed the Batmobile sections. I know back in 2015 when this game came out, that was like what people were not big fans of, but I thought those sections were fine. Open world is pretty, sizable. It's not enormous, but it's a nice open world, and yeah, combat is obviously really great. I really enjoyed the Batman Arkham combat across all three games. Solid game, and $4 I think is a great pickup. Next up, I said that this might be the best deal available in the entire sale, and maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but Rayman Legends 75% off for $4.99 is such a fantastic deal. Guys, if you like platformers, I always recommend Rayman Legends. It's just such a great game, a fantastic art style that has aged so well, and gameplay-wise, it is just a well-refined platformer that is really accessible to anyone of any age. It's just a really enjoyable game, and when you play a game like Rayman Legends, when you realize how good it is, it's honestly a little bit disheartening how Ubisoft has not really utilized the IP. Like, I get Rayman isn't the biggest IP in the world, but man, these games are so good, and I would like to see more traditional Rayman games and regularly them being released. But hey, if you pick up Rayman Legends, maybe you'll fuel my desire, and you'll fuel Ubisoft to actually do another Rayman games and more traditional Rayman titles. $4.99 for this, I think, is fantastic. Would highly recommend it. Next up, we have Strider, 80% off for $2.99. This is a great deal on a bit of a throwback action platformer. I really enjoyed the game. I got it right when it came out. I think it came out in 2014. I didn't have any, affinity towards Strider back in the day, really, but checked this game out and had a good time with it. It can be challenging at times, but overall, a pretty enjoyable game. If you like side-scrolling action titles, you'll probably enjoy Strider. Paying a full price, I can get why you would be a little disappointed, but it's at $3, and again, if you like your action platforming titles, side-scrolling action platforming titles, Strider's probably going to be right up your alley, and I think this is a great price. Next up, we have The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, 80% off for $3.99. Now, this is a game that might not be for everyone. If you're expecting a game with high-octane, fast-paced gameplay, that's not necessarily what you're going to get out of Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Rather, it's a narrative-driven, atmospheric adventure game. So if you want to get, kind of immersed into a world, I think Vanishing of Ethan Carter does that quite well. It's not the lengthiest game in the world, but I found it rather enjoyable. And again, if you're a fan of story-driven games, those are games that are always right up my alley. I thought Vanishing of Ethan Carter was incredibly enjoyable. Visuals still hold up pretty nicely, and again, as far as atmosphere goes, Vanishing of Ethan Carter is one of those underrated ones where it has a great immersive atmosphere, so definitely go check that out at $4. I think it's a great buy. Next up, we have Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition, 75% off for $4.99. Look, if you bought a PlayStation 4 early on, this was probably one of the games that you were pretty excited for. Now, it did come out on PlayStation 3 and 360, but it had like a weird release where it came out on PS3 like a month after its PS4 release. That version didn't have a lot of buzz. You guys get the idea. Shadow of Mordor is a great game, and somebody that's not a big fan of Lord of the Rings or anything like that, I really enjoyed the game. I thought the combat was excellent. I thought it was incredibly satisfying. Good bit of content, and again, there's another game where you have a good bit of content, but it's not like overwhelming or anything like that. It's a nice, healthy amount of content that you can get in, complete the game, have a good time, and then you can move on to Shadow of War, which is also on sale right now for like $9, which is an insane deal that I would highly recommend. But Shadow of Mordor, a great game. If you haven't picked it up, go back and check it out. You'll enjoy it quite quite a bit. Next up, we have Mad Max, 75% off for $4.99. Look, I've said it before, but this game had like the worst release date of all time, September 1st, 2015, coming out the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5, another open world game. Just was not gonna do Mad Max any favors. However, while Mad Max wasn't a game that I would say was worth the full $50 or $60, for $5, you actually get a quality game here. Combat is very reminiscent to something like a Batman Arkham game, and I thought from a narrative standpoint, it actually picked up towards the end, and I thought it was rather good. Ran really well performance-wise. I was like shocked at how well this game ran, and for $4.99, I think it's a solid pickup. Just go into it, you know, with tempered expectations. Just expect a decent action-adventure game, and you're probably gonna get exactly that out of Mad Max, and you'll probably enjoy it quite a bit. Probably never gonna get a follow-up to this game, but hey, what can you do? Sometimes them's the breaks. Next up, we have Yakuza Zero, 75% off for $4.99. Some of you guys meme on me for how much I talk about Yakuza and the Ryuga Gotoku Studio titles. However, they're great games, and Yakuza Zero is a phenomenal entry point into the franchise. It acts as a prequel to Yakuza 1, introduces you to the story of Kiryu, and yeah, you're gonna be going on quite the adventure if you play Yakuza Zero and then ultimately all the other Yakuza games. Yakuza Zero and all the other games, they offer a variety of content. They can get very mature and very, you know, emotional at times, but at the same time, they are also a little bit wacky and a little bit zany at times with a variety of gameplay, and really offers quite a bit to do. If you want to, like, complete all the games, 100% them, yeah, that's gonna take you, like, a long time. Better clear up the calendar if you're trying to do that. But start off with Yakuza Zero, work your way up if you want to do that. Play the, you know, nobody's jumping into Yakuza Zero and then playing all 7 games at once. I just don't think that's going to happen. But nonetheless, Yakuza Zero is a pretty good game that you can play standalone and have a great time with. $5, I think, is a very good buy. Next up, we have Dragon's Crown Pro, 75% off for $4.99. Look, I'm always going to recommend the Vanillaware titles. These games have just aged tremendously well, and this one's not even that old. It came out back in like 2017. But yeah, if you like side-scrolling action RPGs, 2D action RPGs, I should say, Dragon's Crown is going to be something you really enjoy. I wasn't as big of a fan of this game as I was some of the other Vanillaware titles, but again, Vanillaware has some of, I wouldn't say my favorite games of all time, but they have some really good games, and Dragon's Crown Pro is still really good, and if you're into action RPGs, you're gonna enjoy this, and a great art style as well. That, again, Vanillaware has a very unique touch to all of their games, and you see that shine through in every game, and Dragon's Crown is no exception. This Pro version is upgraded on PS4 as well, so that's pretty cool. $5 for it, I think, is a great buy. Next up, I'll give a shout to Mirror's Edge Catalyst, 75% off for $4.99. Look, I get it that, most people, including myself, that were looking forward to Mirror's Edge Catalyst after playing Mirror's Edge from 2008 and finally getting a follow-up to that game, we were disappointed by Catalyst. Catalyst had some elements that honestly detracted away from the original Mirror's Edge. I think if they just kept the focus that the 08 Mirror's Edge game had, Catalyst would have ended up being a better game. However, Catalyst is still a fairly decent game. Is it amazing? No, but you're not paying $60 anymore for it. You're paying $5, and if you played Mirror's Edge back in the day, maybe you checked out the reviews for Catalyst, you didn't like the reception towards it, go back and check it out. This is a great price point for the game, and you might actually be surprised as long as you go in with tempered expectations. I still thought some of the gameplay and platforming was pretty good, and visually, the game definitely looked pretty darn good. So for $5, it's pretty good. Also available through EA Play if you want to go that route. And then lastly, I do want to give a shout to Doom 2016, which this game, when it goes on sale, a lot of the times it's 50% off for $9.99. Right now, it's 75% off for $4.99. Now, it is available on PlayStation Now, but $5 for this game is excellent. If you missed out on Doom 2016, go back and play it. If you want a visceral, fast-paced action shooter, Doom is going to give you exactly that. I know there's some, you know, varied opinions on whether Doom or Doom Eternal is the better game. I personally like Doom Eternal better. However, Doom Eternal still goes for a hefty price point. Doom 2016 at $5 will get your foot in the door with Doom, and then you can check out Doom Eternal sometime down the line. But again, available through PlayStation Now as well, so you can check out the game that way. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals under $5. I know it's a bit of a retread, and by the way, some of these games are available through PS Now. Strider, Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and Doom, all available through PS Now. So you can play those games that way, but outside of that, you know, that's not a significant portion of the games mentioned. So Just again, not every game is gonna be on Plus Premium. I know that's what a lot of people want, and a lot of games are gonna be on the service, and I think the service is gonna be worth your money as long as you're not expecting the world out of it. But yeah, for some of you guys, there's still gonna be reason to buy some of these games, and remember, with Plus Premium, games are gonna cycle in and out. Licensing fees are not cheap. That's gonna do it for me. Again, sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.